This is Joyce Lee. Today we're going to continue on this landscape painting, and next step we finished toning the canvas and sketching the subject, and next thing is the blocking in simple values, which is I like to actually block in with the mid-tone. Usually I ask my students put all color around it. It's more like a blur image. So if the mid-tone is set, then on top of it we're going to play with some light, and after that we're going to play with the dark again. So before we have more details, we can work on more mid-tone colors. Alright, let's start. My brush is ready. I like to probably use with some area with this filbert brush, some small areas, and the bigger areas within the bigger spot cover. So probably you want to have a little bigger brush to use it. So let me figure. I don't see any bigger brush. Let me see. I'd be okay with the flat bigger, just a little bigger. We'll see. And of course, I like to always have some blending brush on top of it, so we can play with more colors. All right, just keep in mind temperature of the painting. This is more like a warmer side and colder side. Back in here, warmer and colder, and reflect the light from here to here, make it warmer, triangular shape. We can have this nice reflect colors moving around. So keep in mind that when you put undertone as well, that you want to put some their temperature in it as well. All right, let's start from the top with the green part. This part is big green, right? So what color would it be? Here I see a lot. Start from the gradient. How do we start from the gradient? This is a basic color, gradient color. Let's green a lot. Nice gradient color to colder shadow, which is more like a lemon yellow. Lemon yellow, right? We get some nice lemon yellow. Two, we want to warm this one. Just tiny bit tone it down. How do we tone it down? Remember the color chart? The opposite of green is orange. On a complementary color of green is orange. So we're going to grab just tiny bit of orange. You tone them down. Look at that. That's going to change the temperature a little bit warmer. So keep in mind. So I said that color is always relative. So this is, if you put it as a left side, I want it to be a little bit darker. How do we make it darker? From the color chart, the green is anyway blue and yellow. So we go more dark, go this way, right? So let's grab, this is an ultramarine blue. It's very thin blue. So it's not as strong as other blues. So you can use as a basic a lot. So it's almost like a sap green. You make it, right? Here we go. But I put the lemon yellow. Still, it's very not that cold enough. But we put ultramarine is pretty cold purple blue, so you can use this purple blue to make it colder feeling more. But again, ultramarine is very thin color. You might need a lot more to keep putting more on top of it. So I love this color for the left side green. And let me think about the right side green. Again, I got some nice radiant green. On top of it, I got grab some nice warm yellow. Warm yellow is gonna make it warmer tone of yellow. Again, if it is too strong, oh, this yellow is not strong. Oh, I thought it was a cat medium. Cat. Look at the temperature change. warm they get. But now we add up this cold blue for that, and I like to add some warm blue on top of it here, which is more like cerulean blue is a warm blue for this, right? So keep in mind of the temperature, how you want to go warm, how you want to go cold. So compare this two blue. This blue is warmer than this blue. So again, same as the yellow tone. This yellow is warmer than this yellow, right? Let me get a little more warmer yellow again. All right. It's almost same, but when you mix it with a little bit of white, you'll see their color a little bit better. I think this is a warmer. And let me grab the colder. Let me get the colder. You see the difference between this and this? When you add some white, then you can see exactly what you made it. This is more yellower green we made it. This is this. And this is more colder green that I made it with ultramarine blue. So keep in mind when you do that. And now let's put it on. You might want to just try with a bigger brush. How about this? Ta-da! Look at that. I got size 12. Big brush. Let's start with the nice warm tone. I'm sure this is the lightest part, but we still need to cover them. We get a little lighter, adding some more yellow, but still keep in mind we're gonna go warmer tone on top of it. So we can have we are now blocking color by their temperature, not exactly the shape we needed, but it's more like a blur image that you're gonna create it at the end. And changing to some more colder image. Okay, look at the difference, cold and warm. So keep in mind the temperature we're putting in here, always. Adding more ultramarine, purple blue, adding more colder feeling on your painting. It looks very dark, but this is the color behind your light. So, which is the mid-tone, not darkest, but not lightest. And we're trying to have that mid color before we put anything else. And this side of the rock has a lot of green tone in it, so I kind of cover just a little bit before I put some green on it. It's almost like giving them light green tone up to here, because this one all of a sudden changed to very warm tone, so we might want to just keep it separate. So we might want to paint with this together. And want to add some little bit of a warm tone up there. Oh, this is cold. Okay, let's grab some warm tone up here. And then this was very bright, right? So let's go a little bit brighter. So basically the undertone is warm, but when you make a warm shadow, you want to make a cold light, which is more like a light. Those warm light is actually they use the lemon yellow light too. So you have a nice comparison between warm shadow and the cold light. The cold light pop out. So for now, I'm going to still creating the undertone of the warm shadow. But on top of it, we're going to work on the cold shadow later. Okay, now we have a here. So I saved these greens, script it, and save it for warm green and cold green, so we can use it for later on up here. And now we continue with some rocks. Nice brown color, and try start with the warm color. How about that? And how do you make this warm, this brown color, make it nice peach, warmer color like that? We have a nice peach is more like orange. On top of this, make it warmer, adding more orange tone in it, of course. So this is warmer, and become a warmer brown. And again, we're not gonna work on this brightest side right now. We're gonna go right undertone of this, which is they have a lot of green in it. So we're gonna grab some nice green tone to neutral this, tone down this brown before we put as a shadow. Let me test this real quick. A little more green in it. There we go. So we're gonna work on. The drawing was a little bit tilted. I want to have a little bit to the left. Going down or here, up or here. This is very cold shadow. Actually, I was gonna start from here. Warmer shadow area. To block in the color. Light and dark value, right? So when you block in, try to have some light and dark. On top of it, we have some light color, still a little too cold. Again, add some warmer color on top of it. So this is not still brightest color, but we're gonna just add some light and dark. There's no between, just the light and dark. Only you see as a light and dark here, and measurement of each other. That's only you need it at this point. And colder gets, right? So we're going to move on to more like warmer side. Is not warm enough, add some warm color again on top of it. Of course, this is not lightest value yet. We just want to briefly cover your canvas with some geometric shapes, so it doesn't have to be exact, but just imagine of the light and dark colors. Maybe a little warmer. This is not warm enough. If you don't want, you want to get a little bit more warmer color, you can add a little bit of artisan crimson on brown. Get a little different tone of the shadow, and still you can tone it down with a little bit of green. Little warmer than when you added just orange. We had the same thing. We had a white, we had a green, we had a warmer color, but this is artisan crimson with everybody else. But this is just orange with same thing. So this is more warmer and deeper, actually. Covering all this shape. so let it just wait for it. You see. Okay, the light is not coming out well, so we can figure this is a little hard. So let me just draw it a little bit. Very gray, muddy, right? But it's okay. You know what? Because again, we are just doing blocking so far. So I'm gonna continue working on here rocks, and then we can move on to this side next time. Thank you.